in 2 hospitals. This particular study obtained blood, stool, and patient records from 100 patients with lab-confirmed SARS-CoV-19 infection. And the gut microbiome compositions were analyzed from the stool samples, and concentrations of inflammatory proteins or cytokines and blood markers from the plasma. So they looked at the stool, they looked at the inflammation going on in the body, and they looked at these markers from the plasma. And guess what they found? The gut microbiome composition was significantly altered in patients with COVID-19 compared to the non-COVID-19 individuals. And that was irrespective of whether the patients had received medication or not. Once again, we are looking at similar results around the world. And I'll leave you with this one last study. Another study performed in Korea University's Laboratory for Human Microbial Interactions, that's in Seoul, offered a similar conclusion. And they found that people infected with COVID-19 experienced a wide range of symptoms and severities. The most common included high fevers and respiratory problems. However, autopsy and other studies also revealed that the infection can affect the liver, the kidney, the heart, the spleen, and the GI tract. So a sizable fraction of those patients hospitalized with breathing problems, yes, there were respiratory issues, but they also had diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting. So that suggests that when the virus does get involved in the GI tract, it gets into the tract. And again, 70% of your immune cells are in your gut, that it increases the severity of the disease significantly and the latent effects of the disease. So even after you are recovering, it can still affect it. So my friends, I will leave you with this. How important is your gut health? It's pretty forking important. So all of the things that I recommend in my book, including beefing up your diet, no pun intended or pun intended, with all of these probiotic rich foods like pickled vegetables, kimchi, sauerkraut, sourdough starter, apple cider vinegar, fermented black garlic, non-sugar added Greek yogurt, kefir, kombucha that doesn't have a lot of sugar added, feeding your body with prebiotics that will help to prepare your gut so that the gut flora is primed for the probiotics to actually stick and do what they're supposed to do. Taking a great supplement like the Garden of Life raw probiotic supplement, which I'm a big fan of, and eating a whole lot of raw vegetables. Raw fruits and vegetables are full of probiotics. Just by adding a raw meal to your everyday, I'm really a big fan of this. And this is a big strategy that I talk about. You get all the enzymes, you get the unadulterated probiotics, because once you cook food, you lose a lot of that. You want that fermented richness. So you can get that by eating raw foods and lots of fiber. So you really get the 2-in-1 by eating the fruits and vegetables that are fiber rich as well. And what's a great strategy for that? Bring all your produce home, wash it with Eat Cleaner so that it helps to remove the not so great stuff that's on your produce and the pesticide residue and the wax that can trap it, but it also helps your produce last up to 5 times longer. So when you bring home your broccoli and your leafy greens and your root vegetables and your berries and all of those wonderful foods that contribute to better gut health, washing them, getting them prepped and ready so that they're ready to eat in your refrigerator is going to help encourage you and your family to do that more often. So please make sure you check out eatcleaner.com, where first-time guests will receive 20% off your first purchase. That's a heck of a good deal. We don't even mark up our products very much, y'all, because we really want people to use them and benefit from them in their everyday eating routine. So washing your produce becomes easy and fun. You can get your whole family involved in the process, by the way. I've had my kids washing produce since they could reach the sink on a step stool. So getting into that routine is going to make a big difference, and it's affordable. With that 20% off, it's going to be even more affordable. Stock up your refrigerator and your pantry with the good stuff. Get into a routine of eating well. And let me leave you with this. Your health is your wealth. Your ability to help fight disease is on the end of your fork. Believe me. If you think the answer is in a prescription, I would beg to differ. It doesn't mean that you can't take one in an extreme situation, but by all means, use food and probiotic-rich foods in particular as a way to help prevent the need to complicate the situation, as corroborated by all of these studies around the world. I'm not a doctor, but boy, there's a lot of smarter people out there, and they're publishing these studies, and we best listen to them and take heed and action. So I hope this was helpful. Please share it with a friend, a loved one, with your following. The more people that can get into this mindset and start acting on it, start feeding their gut, start helping their gut microbiome, the better off we're all going to be. Thank you for being here. I love you. Hey, take care of you, and you're awesome. Hey, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I know you have a lot of choices out there of what to listen to, what to watch, so it means a lot to me that you're here with me. And hey, if you love this content, would you hit the subscribe button? I want you around. I don't want you to just show up for one episode and leave. I want you here, part of the conversation, a seat at this table. And while you're at it, would you share this with your friends and family? And if you take a screenshot and share it on your social media with a hashtag RFYBL for Recipes for Your Best Life, I'll make sure to personally give you a shout out, and you may just be featured right here on the show. So until next time, here's to living deliciously and being the chef of your best life.